Hey guys, Wraith calling, and I'm in the E25 today in Scorpion Pass, and welcome to another edition of Almost a Hero. If you're not familiar with this little video series I do, yeah, well, you'll see. We'll just leave it at that. So the E25 is a Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer. It's low profile, low slung, very quick. It's kind of like the Porsche of tank destroyers, if you will. Excuse me. So I'm going to sit back here and camp base for a little bit. I do know that the enemies like to rush down this flank fairly quickly that I'm facing. If you notice, I don't run binoculars on this tank. I run optics instead. I feel that you do too much movement with this and you kind of keep losing binoculars, so it's really not doing you any good. And because of the mobility of this, to make the best use of it, I feel optics is a better choice for this than binoculars. Your mileage may vary. And you can see our guys here on this flank have already started to engage some of the tanks. And I'll sit back and wait, and I'm rewarded with a T-43, Tier 7 Russian tank. I'm putting rounds into him. This is a very fast-firing 75mm high-velocity gun. Doesn't hit very hard, decent penetration. When you do get into Tier 8 games with this, you will struggle with penetration. So you notice I do keep a handful of APCR rounds, goal ammo available. And I'm just going to kind of wait this out for just a bit. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. And we'll slowly advance, and we gotta be careful. Scorpion Pass has a lot of these dead drops like this. You'll be flying along, and next thing you know, you drop off a 20-meter cliff and kill yourself. So, trying hard to be careful not to do that, and you'll see where later on in the game that bites me in the butt and probably cost me the game. But don't want to ruin the surprise. As always, the video title doesn't tell you that as it is. So I'm going to push up, and again, watching for those drops. And I'm going to move up to this map. It's an okay map. I think it's okay. I think that southern spawn that runs down the K line and 0 line, I think that's a bad. They need to revamp that. That makes the old Westfield map look cherry. I'm going to come across a T-150. Here's a Tier 6 heavy tank, and I'm a little worried about him because my gun can have a hard time penetrating him, and he will have no problem penetrating me. I have lit up and spotted him and trying to notify my guys for attack, having problems figuring out how the circular dial works for the radio controls. I come up and I spot him and I shoot him and I back off and he misses. See, I got other people behind me shooting at him, so I'm okay. I know he's got a fairly long reload. He misses again. I put a few shots into him. I bounce a couple to show you how this gun works. It's just not the best, and this is a Tier 6 heavy tank, and you think I shouldn't have any problems penetrating him, but I have all kinds of issues here. And there already takes a pop shot and misses, so I'm going to push on and right down the center here. And we're going to look, and kind of surprised I get as far as I do here with nobody in the center area. And it kind of puts me off a little bit, so I'm really kind of looking around, trying to see if I get spotted when we get ambushed and murdered on the way in. And I do spot a hammer sitting over there, which is a Tier 7 Tiger. Premium Tiger, put around into him. He doesn't even turn around and look to see who's shooting him. Pretty blizzard, and I'm going to beat him up with this blistering rate of fire on this thing. He realizes too late he needs to move after he's lost most of his hit points, and he's dead. And I'm still trying to see if I can get a beat on some other tanks. I'm kind of being cautious because I am out here by myself. This is not the best place to be or anybody. So I'm peeking around. There's an enemy base down below me. I see there's another Tiger tank, another hammer. Tiger, hammer, same thing. One's got a fancy base shot. His back's to me. He seems to kind of react just by moving out of the way. And I don't get much of a shot on him right now. Do back up. There's some more guys up there, so I'll see if I can get a couple more shots in on those guys, if I can get anybody in my view range. And unfortunately, this is that bad part of the map. They're all down there on that K line, that J line, and it's really awkward. The only way to get up there is to go all the way down to 0 or go all the way down to the K1, or I'm sorry, or A0, and climb that hill to get up there to interview with those guys. So I spotted somebody else, and I spot a little Nashorn sitting up there, and my gun is certainly good enough to do him damage. Now I'm taking some advantage of some of the goofy terrain features on the map. Maybe this lookout tower, I can shoot right through it. And I just keep pumping round after round after round. I got about 2.5 second reload time. And he can't compete and get out of the way fast enough. So I pick him off my second kill. And right now, we're up by 1 right now, and it's been a pretty close, even game so far. There's that hammer again, and I see the top of his tank sticking out. I'm trying to squeeze a couple shots in there. And move behind the rock. I did hit him once.
The enemy knows our location.
But where he's at, and again, I'm trying to be careful I don't throw myself off the cliff. I don't want to get spotted because I know they do have Artie somewhere that has not been found yet. So I'm a little concerned about him. He's at the top of his tank. And if I get at the top of his tank, I'll put a round into him. There's one. Already taking the shot. I put another round into him. I'm trying to track him so I doesn't. So now I lost him below that ridgeline and almost throw myself off the cliff. Thought, nope. Hey, I better take the long way around. So now we are losing 9 to 10. And I didn't get spotted there, but I think the other hammer next to me got spotted. That's where they're shooting at him. So I move on down to here. I see the KV-85. I think the hammer is going to stick around the corner. He doesn't poke his head out. He's being cautious as well. I figure, you know, I can take a hit. I've still got full health. KV-85 gets hit by Artie. They're flying around. Someone else nukes the kill. And I figure, well, I'll push on ahead, and I'll be able to get those guys. I know they're up here on the top of this ridge. But I'll figure I climb up here and get these guys. And we've got a tank destroyer capped in the base. So they're going to come back toward me, so I want to try to get in a good spot to get them. And trying to work my way up. I know you can get up here. I'm just trying to find the right angle to hit it. See Artie behind us. He's going to be an issue. So I'm backing up to try to deal with him. This gun does not have... I'm kind of struggling with the terrain here. Alright, well, he was up there. He's moved. Artie's still there. So I'm going to go gauge this other Artie. See if I can't get a better shot. In the meanwhile, here we start getting capped. Well, this is going to be an issue because that means those guys did not come back to their base. They pushed on. You can see there I threw myself off the cliff and managed to avoid any damage. I'm a little thankful for that. I'm a little more cautious here. And now you see I've got my APCR loaded because now at this point in the game the rounds matter. And I really can't afford to make these rounds balance. I got to make every shot count. We have one tank destroyer back at our base in that area. We have one tank destroyer on their base. I can't wait back to the back. Oh, there's Artie. He smacked me good. Repair the tracks, turn around, and I'm not sure where he's running to. He's not going to outrun any 25. But however, if I keep bouncing shots up his butt, he's going to turn around and hit me again. He's got a fairly fast reload, but I do manage to put him away quickly. Cap counter now, we're at about 40-45 seconds. I got to get my butt in gear. Unfortunately, I have to abandon the AT-70 that was on their base. And he gets taken out by their tanks, but I know there's behind me, and our base has got more priority. The tank destroyer over there, I think, actually hit the heavy that's on our base. And I let him know I'm on my way, and I'm putting a good mobility to this. You see this is a slight downhill run here. I'm hitting mid-60s. Here in the back end, I'll hit low 60s as I start climbing the hill on the other side, but that's okay. That shows you how mobile this thing is. And I also think this is one of the few turretless tank destroyers that's mobile enough that you could carry a team if you have to. And while I'm certainly not carrying the team's done well. It's been a pretty close game. That mobility really allowed me to come back here and make the transition back here to our base to help defend it. I make it back here in good time. We got 45 seconds back on the clock. And here is where I make my mistake. I come up here this little ridge peninsula thing. Not really an island, so I can get overview on their base. Now you see, look, I got a good view of our base. There's our flag. Friendly tank destroyers up there. I thought about going down there, but again, it's one of those goofy blind drops. I'm just not sure. I don't want to get stuck. He's pushing on ahead, and I'm going to try to get back here so I get more coverage. That tank back in the corner, the little friendly tank destroyer lights him up, takes a hit. I'm struggling to get over this rock, down this hill, and throw myself off the edge. And I don't get set, and I get stuck. And this is what ends up costing us the game. So I managed to go over there, squeeze a shot, and miss. Timer counts down. I get one more hit, but it doesn't reset. Apparently it's too late. That is a defeat. I'm the last one on my team. And Wraith is almost a hero. Pretty disappointing loss. I think I cost us that game. I end up with 3 kills, 2,600 damage, just under 700 assists, 97,000. Second class mastery. So there you have it, guys. 1,400 base XP. Almost a hero. And as always, keep your powder dry.